My first video. You guys seem to like it, so let's go see how much views it got.
Reacting to...
Okay. We're getting close to 50. Very close. Once we get to 50 viewers, and I'm gonna post double a week. I'm just kidding, I'll do it once a day. So,
Big?
I guess we just watch this because, it's new. It literally came out, well, it came out today, but, hold on.
Be reacting to...
Came out 4 hours ago.
We seek it.
The Pac-Man video I just got out was like 9 minutes ago, I think. Like what? Hold on.
Welcome, guys.
Oh yeah, 5.
It's Ken and 7. Welcome back to the
Shit. How long ago was it?
So
47 minutes ago. Who cares? Okay. So,
Wrong, friend.
experience with the worst sickness.
Even taste it. Adventure. It's what inspires our craft.
Alright.
And your experience. And it's
That
closer than
Pac-Man
you
video
think.
was good. I just watched
DQA
it.
Wines of Ontario.
I was
Here's to
the
adventure.
part where Pac-Man gets big. It's really hard to do. I haven't beat it once.
I feel like I can fly.
It's hard.
I used to wear a Canadian tuxedo every day to school. It would just be like denim on denim on denim. Levi's 501.
This year's VidCon was a lot of fun. The life-changing panels, the parties, since I got one of those like really fancy yellow badges that give me all access because I'm so famous, obviously. Totally not because I may have acquired it by some other means that would make one question the badge's legitimacy. Famous! Now I'm back home, pumped with all that YouTube VidCon creative juice goodness, and I'm ready to start making some videos. Oh, my throat feels funny.
What?
After avoiding it for my entire lifetime, it finally got me. I think you know what I'm talking about. It is indeed the very bad thing that I was so scared of, and I'm not entirely sure if it's still controversial to speak of its name, so therefore for the entirety of this video, we will just uphold tradition and refer to it as Steve. Honestly, looking back, I really shouldn't be surprised that I got sick. I was basically asking for it. VidCon only highly recommends guests to wear masks but are still optional even though cases are super high. That just means no one is going to wear them then. I also went to a party, because I was famous, in a club jam-packed full of people, and I could literally count how many people were wearing masks with one hand. Me. Oh yeah, I'm totally not gonna get sick in here. I don't even like clubs. They're just way too loud. I can't have a proper conversation with anyone. I told you, mushrooms are disgusting. Now get that away from me. Also, most importantly, the strawberry lemonade they've made for me sucked. Like, I know that that's not something you're supposed to get at a club, but I'm just saying that if they can't make a proper strawberry lemonade, that's a huge major red flag for me. The only reason I went was because everyone I knew was going, and, you know, I had to make the most out of this thing that I got. Legitimately. Peer pressure is truly a terrible thing, kids, and it cost me dearly. If I came back from VidCon completely unscathed, I would receive an ego boost so high that I could get struck by lightning and be completely fine. Come at me, Steve. I can take it. It's just sad, though, that even though I wore an N95 pretty much the entire time at the con, I still got it. But I guess you know what they say. Steve will find a way. And thus here we are. So day one of infection wasn't too bad. I confined myself to living in my office room because while I felt mostly fine, it still felt like a bunch of anime men and women were fighting something. I was hoping that it was going to be another one of those times that I got sick thinking that, oh boy, it's that thing. But then it's just the cold or flu. It's actually negative.
Actually, if you look really closely, then you can see that there is a very faint line.
means you're positive.
Man, I really shouldn't be getting my hopes up anymore. And deep down, I knew better. Not to brag or anything, but I've had my fair share of
Getting sick.
flus and colds, so I think I would know that what I was experiencing was new. All right, well, that is not great, but let's be positive here. There's a very good chance that this isn't going to get any worse, obviously. So, vaccinated, boosted immune system, let's go.
The next day.
You know how the test says that you need to wait like 10 to 15 minutes before reading the result? Yeah, my results came back almost immediately, so no denying it now. I remember how I felt when I got my second vaccine shot. That hit me pretty hard. The headaches, the fever, aching limbs, tired all the time, felt like something was sucking on my head. Not fun. But this was like 2 times worse. 2 times the not fun. Basically what I had was the Costco sampler platter of COVID. All I wanted to do was lie down, stare at the ceiling and contemplate how the heck did this happen, and ultimately, who was going to
Take my vengeance.
Now, apparently, just staying in my office wasn't good enough protection. Because of how air circulates around the house and because of science, Steve could still travel around posing a threat to my parents. But luckily, my house has an exercise room where it basically had everything that I needed. Ventilation that didn't circulate to other parts of the house, access to the outside, workout equipment, pretty sure I'm not going to need that though, and a TV. It was literally a glass box with doors. This was going to be my home for the next 2 weeks. Let's see how that went. Few days later.
He's struggling.
Okay. All right. It is day 3 or 5. Honestly, I don't really remember anymore. They could all be the same for all I care. When I wake up, my throat literally feels like there is a rock in there that keeps growing every day. I'm pretty sure it's the size of a toddler at this point. I may have lost my sense of taste. Either that or it's just congestion, but it's probably both. All I want to do at the moment is just lie down and sleep. But it turns out that doing that for long periods of time makes your back and tailbone hate you, making it almost impossible to get comfortable. And I didn't even know that I had a tailbone. So that was fun. And yeah, I've definitely been hydrating a lot, basically to the point that I'm going to the restroom every 5 minutes. And let me tell you something. The procedures that I must follow and the location of my designated bathroom, it's just too much work. So let's just say that the plants outside got plenty of lemonade. But we're in a drought, so I think it's fine. And you want to know what the worst thing is? Is that there's this guy who stares at me for a very uncomfortable amount of time with a stupid, smug little face. His name is Daryl, and I hate him. Stop staring at me like that, Daryl. That was definitely a low point in my life, let's be honest. But needless to say, I'm feeling much better now. Some of my friends who've had it were like, yeah, I felt pretty bad for the first few days, but after another day or so, I tested negative. Either that or, actually, I didn't have any symptoms. Well, isn't that nice? Guess how long it took me before I tested negative? 16 days. I should clarify, though, that I was only, like, super sick for, like, a quarter of that. First week was, like, absolute misery. The rest was, like, yeah, I felt fine, but I'm still testing positive. Therefore, I can't leave this room. Therefore, I have all this time to finally binge Tiger King and Gravity Falls. Which, by the way, were just wow. And yet the wows had different meanings. I don't know if that makes sense. Here's a quick side story that you might enjoy at my expense. It turns out that I did lose a bit of my sense of smell. And for a minute, I thought I also lost my taste because when my dad gave me my usual honey, lemon, ginger tea, it didn't taste like any of that, but salty. Oh my gosh, I lost my sense of taste! But no, as a hilarious prank, he just gave me some salty cauliflower water my mom boiled the night before. That was real mean of you to do, Dad, but well played. It is hard to notice and appreciate certain things while going through such an illness like that. But looking back, I honestly had a lot to be grateful for. Like, as bad as I thought.
At least he got over it. At least it didn't happen for long. 16 days is long. I'm just saying it could be a year.
I had it could have been much worse. I didn't develop any long-term symptoms, and I can tell that my sense of smell is coming back. I'm also grateful that the room I stayed in had basically everything that I needed to stay sane instead of just like my room and a bed. But most importantly, and who can forget the true MVPs, we gotta appreciate the 24-hour room service from my parents. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Ah! In conclusion, this illness was a 10 out of 10. Would definitely not want to experience ever again. So I'm not taking any chances anymore. This mask is not leaving my face. They don't give me that, oh, but you have the antibodies, so you're not going to get it again. Yeah, shut up. You don't even know. And whoever got me sick, I will find you. And I will destroy you. It's funny how I was planning on this video to come out shortly after VidCon, but yeah, life happens. But anyways, hey guys, did Steve pay you a visit as well? Well, tell me about it in the comments below. And if your experience was anything easier than mine, just know that you suck. But I still appreciate you for watching, so thank you. Quick announcement, the tofu plushie has been restocked, so if you missed out on the first launch, you can grab yourself one of these bad boys now. And also I released a brand new Sundubu design that I think looks pretty.
So it's down here. Oh, I really freaking want that. Even the backpack thing is all limited. So, little mug and little cute plushie. That's notebook. We have a little keychain. It's a lot here. This is from the, oh yeah, masks. We still wear those. Little mug. So, yeah. I would say when you get sick, for the tips mostly, is just to stay in bed and try to sleep. Don't do anything that might be a little over your limit or not worth it, because it could end up really bad, or you know, just bad to even try doing it and make yourself feel worse. This video is gonna come out like probably an hour after the Pac-Man video.